सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। हरिः ओम् श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्. We have completed chapter 13 in the last class. Now we are taking up Chapter 14 titled Gunatraya Vibhaga Yogam. Srimad Bhagavad Gita Atha Chaturdasodhyayah Gunatraya Vibhaga Yogaha. Sri Bhagavanuvacha Param Bhuya Pravakshyami Jnananam Jnanamuttamam यज्ञात्वा मुनयः सर्वे परां सिद्धिमितो गताः। इदं ज्ञानमुपाश्रित्य मम साधर्म्यमागताः सर्गेऽपि नोपजायन्ते प्रलये न व्यदन्ति च। मम यो निर्महर्ब्रह्म तस्मिन् गर्भं ददाम्यहम् सम्भवः सर्वभूतानां ततो भवति भारत। सर्वयोनिषु कौन्तेय मूर्तयः सम्भवन्ति याः तासां ब्रह्म महद्योनिः अहं बीजप्रदः पिताः। The third Shatkam mainly teaches Jnana Yoga. That too in chapters 13, 14 and 15, Atma Jnanam is packed so much you get the entire essence of Upanishads in these three chapters. It is already mentioned in Jnana Slokas, Sarvopanishado Gavo Dogdha Gopalanandanaha. Paramatma, Sri Krishna, he milked from the Upanishads the entire essence and gave Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita is the essence of all Upanishads, which teaches the reality of our Swarupa. Our own reality is taught in Bhagavad Gita. So, in the previous chapter, 13th, Kshetra Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yogam, we have seen that our higher nature is Kshetrajna. So, whatever Upanishads call as Atma, in 13th chapter, it has given a special title called Kshetrajna. So, this is one kind of technique. In Upanishads, to know Atma, we use a technique called Druk Drusya Vivekam. Drugeva Natu Drusyate. Whatever I see, that seen is not me. I am ever the seer. I am not the seen. I am ever the experiencer. I am never the experienced. So this is the basic principle of Drugeva Natu Drusyate, Drug Drusya Vivekam. I am always different from whatever I experience. I always give this example. See this tumbler. This tumbler is seen by me. So I am different from this tumbler because I could see this. Whatever I experience, whatever I see, whatever I hear, whatever I listen, everything is different from me. It is never an object. It is never an object of experience. So if you resolve this way, all objects are anatma. Nayati, nayati, neti, neti. This is the method. You look at an object and this is not Atma. So this is how you try to look at the reality. You look at this entire world. The entire world is being experienced by me. So the entire world is not Atma. The entire world is Anatma. Then you come to the body. The body is also experienced by me. The pain and pleasure in the body is known to me. If I sit in an AC room, I know the pleasure. If I am subject to scorching heat, I know the pain. So the body gives me experience. So the body is not me. I am different from the body. Body is Anatma. The mind is also known to me. Mind is also experienced by me. All the different moods of the mind are known to me. So the mind is also not my real self. Mind is Anatma. Mind is different from me. Similarly, the buddhi is different from me. Just as the mind, I can also witness my intellect. So, the intellect or the buddhi is different from me. This way, we negate the entire Jagat, the body, mind, sense complex, and come to the ultimate Druk, the ultimate seer, by Druk Drusya Vivekam. That very Druk is Kshetrajna. This Kshetrajna is the indweller in all Kshetras. He is the indweller in my Kshetram and also in all Kshetras. This Vivekam is called Druk Drusya Vivekam or Atma Anatma Vivekam. Kshetrajna is Atma, Kshetra is Anatma. Now the same concept is viewed in a different angle. Krishna Paramatma wants us to look at the same aspect of Atma and Anatma in a different angle. Paramatma wants us to know that Atma is Gunatita, Nirguna Tattvam. It is not having any attributes. Attributeless principle is Atma. Atma is attributeless principle. Whereas Anatma is having attributes. So, if you see a thing with some attribute, that is not Atma. Anything Sagunatmakam is not Atma. So, all gunas, if you negate, if you see gunas for anything, that is not Atma. Na iti, neti, neti. In that neti method, if you negate all the objects which are having gunas, then the sesham or the remainder is Gunatita Atma. So, in this particular chapter, Gunatraya Gunatita Vibhaga Yogam, we want to know Atma as attributeless. Saguna means one which has attributes, one which has gunas. Nirguna means one which has no gunas, attributeless. Here, the gunas are three in type, Gunatrayam. Before we see, Gunatrayam will be described in this chapter elaborately. This Nirgunatvam or Gunatita is the Atma Tattvam, which is not having any gunas, which is not having any attributes. So, this particular chapter is Gunatraya Gunatita Vibhagam. I am Gunatita Atma. I am not Gunatraya Anatma. This is what we are going to learn in this particular chapter. In another way, if you have to say, we are doing Atma Anatma Vivekam in this particular chapter in terms of gunas. So with this context, we will enter into this chapter proper. So I will read the sloka number 1. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Param Bhuya Pravakshyami Jnananam Jnanamuttamam Yajñatva Munayas Sarve Param Siddhimito Gatah. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, the Lord said, Bhuyaha, once again, Pravakshyami, I shall impart, Param Jnanam, the supreme knowledge, Uttamam Jnananam, which is the greatest among all forms of knowledge. Jnatva yat, and gaining which Sarve Munayaha, all sages, Gataha, have reached Param Siddhim, the supreme goal, Itaha, from here. Yajñatva sarve munayaha itaha param siddhim gataha tat jnanam uttamam param jnanam bhuyaha aham te pravakshyami. The Lord said, once again I shall impart that supreme knowledge, which is the greatest among all forms of knowledge, and gaining which all sages have reached the supreme goal from here. So, the introduction of this chapter will be from sloka number 1 up to 4. In this particular chapter, Paramatma wants to continue his teaching, which is started in chapter 13 with Kshetra Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yogam. Though Arjuna did not ask, Paramatma wanted to explain more about this Atman Atma Vivekam, because it is a very subtle aspect which cannot be grasped easily. So, Paramatma wants to give more explanation so that Arjuna can grasp it easily. One Swamiji, whenever he talks something which is deep, after the explanation, he has a habit of saying think. He gives a pause and says think, and he says think. He explains a concept which is deep in subject, and then gives a pause, says think. His Sishya noticed it, and he started teaching after the study is over. He said, in Bhagavad Gita, there are 18 chapters. He gave a pause and said, think. Is there anything to think? 18 chapters, that's all. So, wherever there is a difficult topic, you give good explanation and then make the listeners reveal on that and relive the teaching. So, whenever there is a subtle thing, it is a duty of the teacher, a good teacher, to make it simpler by explaining it from different angles. It is not a punarukti. That punarukti dosham will not be there because emphasis will lay foundation. Though the same thing is said, but in a different angle, the student can grasp the subject very easily. That's why Paramatma gave this from a different angle so that Arjuna can grasp it easily. Earlier he mentioned this Atma Anatma Vivekam through Kshetram and Kshetrajna. He said that Prakriti and Purusha. Now, he is giving a different angle, which is Gunatrayam Gunatita. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Paramatma is explaining this way. Bhuyaha Pravatshyami. I am teaching this again. What is he teaching? He wants to teach Atma Jnanam. Why again? Because this is a tough thing to grasp, not an easy thing to understand. What type of knowledge is this? Param Uttamam Jnanam. This is the most precious and most exalted knowledge in this world. We have so many subjects, the local subjects. They're all great, no doubt. But Atma Jnanam is the greatest. And this is the pinnacle of all knowledge. This is the zenith of all the knowledge. Because if you know this, you can understand everything. That's what it is mentioned in Mundakopanishad. So this knowledge is such a knowledge. By knowing this, you can as well know everything. So, because of the subject matter is very great and very useful, because the subject, the knowledge is very great, the highest knowledge, this is mentioned as Uttamam, Param Uttamam Jnanam. This is the highest knowledge, because Paramatma is talking about Paramardhika Satyam, Vishaya Drushtya Uttamam. The same thing he mentioned as Raja Vidya and Raja Guhyam. This Param Uttamam is again mentioned in the same sloka again. This Param Uttamam is mentioned twice. This knowledge is Achyuttamam because the benefit you get out of this knowledge is the highest. Atma Jnanam or Brahma Jnanam gives you moksham. Moksha prayojanam is the ultimate prayojanam. Out of all purusharthas, moksham is the superior pursuit. So phaladrushtya, it is uttamam. Uttama vishayatvat, uttama phalatvat, uttama jnanam. That's why in Mundakopanishad it is mentioned as Paravidya. Now we should know what is that moksham. So Paramatma wants to give an explanation of moksham. Yad jnatva sarve munayaha. By knowing this knowledge, the great knowledge, sarve munayaha. Muni means we have to take as sannyasi in this particular context. Muni refers to a different meaning in this particular sloka. Muni refers to sannyasi, one who has got this passion, who is equipped with sadhana chatushtaya sampannata. So, munayaha means one who is qualified, who is adhikari. So, such a qualified person is muni. So, what are the qualifications? Vivekam, Vairagyam, Mumukshutvam, Samadhi Shatka Sampatti. So all the four together we call Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampatti. So here the Muni means not the one who has got mushtik and beard and all that. Here Muni means Adhikarinaha, one who is qualified. He deserves the benefit. What type of benefit he deserves? Param Siddhim Gatayitaha. So, these qualified sadhakas will get moksham, which is the ultimate reward. This is the complete accomplishment of one's own life. Ihached avedi atasatyamasti. Nachet iha avedi mahati vinashti. This is what Kenopanishad pronounces. If you get it in this janma, you are lucky. If you don't achieve it, you are the greatest loser. So, whatever the benefit you get, that is not the complete accomplishment of the life, but this is the real accomplishment of the life. Yataha gataha. So, while you are alive and kicking, you get this benefit. This is what we call Jivan Mukti. So, if you have this knowledge, if you understand Atma Jnanam and internalize the Atma Jnanam, then the benefit is you get Jivan Mukti. Not only Jivan Mukti, after the fall of the body, you get Videha Mukti also. So, it is the double benefit. Yataha gataha means those who acquire this jnanam and who stay in the jnana nishtha, they are blessed with Jivan Mukti and Videha Mukti. Both they are blessed. They are blessed with both the advantages. We will proceed to sloka number 2. Idam jnanamupasritya mama sadharmyamagataha sargepi nopajayante pralayena vyadanti cha. Upasritya, resorting to. Idam jnanam, this knowledge. Agataha, they have attained. Sadharmyam mama, the same nature as mine. Now upajayante, they are not born. Api sarge, even during creation. Nacha vyathayanti, nor do they suffer death. Pralaye, during resolution. य इदं ज्ञानम् उपाश्रित्य मम साधर्म्यम् आगताः ते सर्गे अपि न उपजायन्ते प्रलये च न व्यधयन्ति. Resorting to this knowledge, they have attained the same nature as mine. They are not born even during the creation, nor do they suffer death during resolution. Paramatma is continuing his introduction. In the previous sloka, Paramatma highlighted that this jnanam is the superior jnanam, the supreme knowledge. So, it will also give the supreme benefit. It is the supreme goal. And the goal is mentioned as Jivan Mukti and Videha Mukti. So, here he is continuing, Idam Jnanam Upasritya, by acquiring this knowledge, Mama Sadharnyam Agataha. So the sadhakas will become one with me. They will unite with me. They will become one with me. The sadhakas will become one with me. That means it is not that they will come closer and closer to Bhagavan and finally merge into Bhagavan. It is not that, as we see in movies. They lose jivatvam and attain Ishvara Swarupam. Once again, they attain Ishvara Swarupam means they won't get any special shape like 4 hands and special powers and all that. That is not the idea to be carried home. Mama Sadharmyam means Ishvara Swarupam. Ishvara Swarupam is Chaitanyam. Jiva Swarupam is Chaitanyam. They finally understand their reality is Chaitanyam. So, they imbibe the lakshanas of Ishvara. And what are the lakshanas that they get after attaining this knowledge? The first one is Purnatvam. A person who is equipped with Atma Jnanam, he will be having Purnatva Siddhi. Atmanyev Atmana Tushtaha. Bhagavan is Purna Swarupaha. Jnani is also Purna Swarupaha. He enjoys that Purnatvam. He knows that he is whole and complete. He doesn't require anything to make him full. He is already whole and complete. That Purnatva Siddhi he attains. So he doesn't feel any inadequacy in him. Abhaya Swarupam is the second benefit. For Bhagavan, there is no insecurity. Whereas for an individual, this insecurity feeling is there. But when you are garbed with Jnanam, Atma Jnanam, you know that you are Ananda Swarupaha. So, you have that security within you. You are the very Swarupa of security. Adrusye anatme anirukte anilene abhayam pratishtam vindate. So, Ishvara Swarupa means Abhaya Swarupam. Bhagavan is Swami. Whereas a bhakta is a servant, a kinkara. Therefore, an ignorant person is always a dasa, a servant. Servant for whom? A servant for others, other people, to his surroundings, to karma. He is servant everywhere. Servant here and servant in another loka also. If he doesn't realize the reality, if he doesn't stay in that reality, then even if he goes to higher realms of heaven, he is a dasa, he is a servant. He is never a swami. So because he is a dasa, he is a dasa for karma phala also. Whereas jnani is never a slave. He will never repent for the past, nor will he worry for the future. This kind of swamitvam, purnatvam, abhayam, ananda swarupam, he will always enjoy. This is what we call sadharmyam. Sadharmyam means jivan mukti. Enjoying these qualities here and now while he is alive and kicking. So this is the mahima of Bhagavan he enjoys here and now. Sarge api na upajayante. So after the fall of the body, he will be blessed with videha mukti. Videha mukti means he will not get punarjanma. Punarjanma, if it is there, punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. That is the cycle. Sarge means after the srishti. So, in the srishti kala, he is not born again. Pralaye na vyadayanti. During pralaya time, he is not resolved. So there is no worry for him. He is not subject to the resolution. So he is free from the cycle of birth and death. We will proceed to sloka number 3. Mamayo nirmahad brahma tasmin garbham dadamyaham Sambhavas sarvabhutanaham tato bhavati bharata. Sarvabhutanam, of all beings. Mahad Brahma, the great Prakriti. Mama Yonihi is my womb. Aham Dadami, I place. Garbham, the seed. Tasmin, in that. Tataha bhavati, thereupon takes place. Sambhavaha, the origination. Bharata, O Arjuna. He Bharata, Mahad Brahma Mama Yonihi Asti. Tasmin Aham Garbham Dadami. Tataha Sarvabhutanam Sambhavaha Bhavati. The great Prakriti is my womb. I place this seed in that. Thereupon takes place the origination of all beings, O Arjuna. This introduction is still continuing. It will proceed up to 4th sloka. So, Paramatma is talking about the Srishti Prakaranam in a very brief way in sloka 3 and sloka 4. He wants all of us to understand the Srishti clearly. Already he mentioned in 13th chapter in sloka number 20. Prakrutim purusham cheva vidyanadi vibhavapi vikaram sagunam cheva vidhi prakriti sambhavan. Before Srishti, there are only two tattvas, that is Purusha and Prakriti. Both are anadi, both are beginningless. So, Prakriti is Maya Tattvam or the material principle. Purusha is the Chaitanya Tattvam or the consciousness principle. So there are some differences, some 4 basic differences. We'll see what are all the 4 differences which we have already discussed in chapter 13. Purusha is the consciousness principle. Prakriti is the Achetana Tattvam, Jada Tattvam or material principle. Purusha is the Nirguna Tattvam, attributeless. Prakriti is Saguna Tattvam, full of attributes. Purusha is Nirvikara Tattvam. Purusha is not subject to any modification. Prakriti is Savikara Tattvam, is subject to modification. Purusha is Satyam. Prakriti is Vidya. Purusha is present in all 3 times. Trikalepi tishtat. Prakriti comes and goes. It is a Midya Tattvam. So Nirguna Nirvikara Satya Chetana Tattvam is Purusha. Saguna Savikara Midya Achetana Tattvam is Prakriti. The right mixture of Prakriti and Purusha is called Ishvara. From Ishvara alone, this entire Srishti occurred. The entire Srishti took place from Ishvara. Ishvara is Brahma plus Maya. In the language of Gita, it is the combination of Prakriti and Purusha. This is something like father and mother. The entire creation took place from father and mother. It is like, Parvati Parameswara. Vagardha Vivasam Prittau Vagardha Pratipattaye Jagatah Pitarau Vande Parvati Parameswarau. So Parvati and Parameswara, they are the parents for this entire Jagat. These 2 are inseparable pair. Ardhanariswara Tattvam. These 2 together create this Srishti. So we have the gunas of Karanam, the gunas of Ishvara will take place in the Srishti itself. Karana gunaha karye anuvartante. The attributes of Karanam will naturally flow in Karyam. If ornaments are made out of gold, they are golden ornaments. If they are made out of copper, they are copper ornaments. So the attributes of Karanam will be there in the finished product. In children, we see the similarities of the parents. This is a Prakriti Sutra. So, the Srishti is out of Prakriti and Purusha's combination. What happens in general, a man can give birth to a man, a lion can give birth to a cub. Like that, each species give birth to its own offspring. But in case of Prakriti and Purusha, he gives birth to this entire world. And he has given birth to all Panchabhutas. From Panchabhutas, we have got the evolution. एतस्माद् आत्मना आकाशः सम्भूता आकाशाद् वायु वायोरग्नि अग्नेरापः अद्य पृथिवी पृथिव्यां ओषधयः ओषधीभ्यः अन्नम् अन्नात् पुरुषः. Like that, from the very Prakriti and Purusha, we have got Annam, we have got Purusha, we have got everything. All the Srishti, all 14 Lokas are created out of Prakriti and Purusha. Not like this local creation. Brahma plus Maya is Ishvara. So, the Purusha Tattvam or the Chaitanya Tattvam is not different from Prakriti Tattvam. Both are inseparable. Maya and Brahma are inseparable. Without Purusha, Prakriti alone cannot create the Srishti. Mama Yonihi. Yoni means generally the womb. Here we have to take it as three tattvam. So, with this three tattvam, Mahat Brahma. Mahat Brahma means Maya or Prakriti tattvam. So, Prakriti or Jagan Mata, that's why Mahat word is used. So, if you imagine the entire Jagat is created, so it must be Jagan Mata. So, her womb must be very large. Mahat Brahma. So, that Jagan Mata is the Tattvam which created this entire world. I am the Purusha Tattva or Chetana Tattvam. So what will that Purusha Tattva does? Tasmin Garbham Dadamyaham. During that Srishti time, I place the seed in the womb of that Maya. So that Purusha Bijam is placed in Stri Yoni. The same way, just as the Purusha Bijam is placed in Stri Yoni, the same way, by Chaitanya Tattvam, Prakriti gets Shakti. This Prakriti Shakti, which is borrowed from Chaitanya Tattvam, is like, Garbhadanam. Because of this, Prakriti creates this entire world. Sambhavaha sarvabhutani. Because of this, the entire Srishti is being created. So this is what we have to understand. Tataha bhavati bharata. Thereafter, everything takes place. We'll see sloka number 4. Sarvayonishu kaunteya murtaya sambhavanti yaha tasam brahma mahadyonihi aham bija pradah pita. Kaunteya, O Arjuna, yaha murtayaha, whatever forms, sambhavanti are born, sarvayonishu in all wombs, tasam for all of them, mahad brahma yonihi, the great Prakriti is the womb, aham pita, I am the father, bijapradaha, who provides the seed. He kaunteya, sarvayonishu ya murtayaha sambhavanti tasam yonihi mahad brahma asti. Aham bijapradaha pitacha asmi. O Arjuna, whatever forms are born in all wombs, for all of them, the great Prakriti is the womb. I am the father who provides the seed. Paramatma is saying, that he is the Pita for this entire world. And he says Maya is the mother. So, this entire Jagat is there. The entire Jagat is born out of them. So, the parents of this entire Jagat are nothing but Maya and Brahma. Just as a human parents can give birth to a human being, whereas Ishvara, which is the combination of Brahma and Maya, Brahma is Purusha and Maya is Prakriti. So this combination can give birth to the entire Srishti. It is not restricted to one particular species. From this, all 14 lokas have emerged, and all species have emerged, and all plant kingdom, all marine life, everything is created out of this Brahma and Maya. Aham bija pradapitaha. I am the very father. I give Chidabhasa to Jagannmata Maya. I am the Purusha Bija. I am the very seed by which Maya can create this entire world. Mahat Brahma Yonihi. Mahat Brahma means the endless Maya. Here, Maya means it is Jagat Yonihi, the womb of this entire creation. So, I place the seed in that womb. Because of that, she conceives. Maya conceives. So, she conceives not one particular species, the entire Jivarasi, the entire living beings. Not only the living beings, non-living beings also. Like the mountains, rivers, all things, all Panchabhutas. Sarva yonishu yaha mortayaha sambhavanti. So, all species are born out of that Maya, Mahamaya. So, this is what we have to understand. Tasam, whatever is born out of this, they are all out of that Maya, the Jagannmata, Brahma Yonihi. So, Jada Chetana mixture, Nirguna Saguna mixture, Purusha and Prakriti mixture. This is what causes the entire Srishti. Brahma plus Maya, that is Ishvara, is the creator of this entire Srishti. So, in every living being, you see these two aspects, Prakriti and Purusha. Both the tattvas are there. One is changing tattva, changing principle. One is changeless principle. The changing principle is Saguna Tattvam. Changeless principle is Nirguna Tattvam. Chetana Tattvam, Achetana Tattvam. Maya Tattvam, Chaitanya Tattvam. So this is what we have to understand. So from sloka number 5 up to 18, we'll study what are all the gunas and how to understand these gunas. We will study from sloka number 5 up to 18. So with this, we'll stop here. Om Tat Sat Sarvam Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudatyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om